Happy Eid al-Fitr, Barakati Salah to Muslim Ummah, our brothers and sisters who are celebrating. Some say, you know, they often say it's this small Salah. We felicitate and celebrate with you. This is a weekend deal. Let me tell you something. This item or this group of items, they stroll into wedding ceremonies. You could find them at birthday parties. They could also make an appearance at annual general meetings, even in the home. When you are in your home in the city or in your home in the village, they are often there. Sometimes we come across these items on the streets, perhaps. Sometimes it's a big deal where you gather friends and family and make it something really ceremonial. Sometimes you did it small way. But oftentimes you hear words like aroma. You talk about salivating. There's the word often used, recipe. And you hear saute, you hear marinate, you hear heat. Of course, by this time you've guessed what we're talking about. Today it's a big deal, on the effervescent deal. We are on the on-time deal. We're talking about food cultures across Nigeria, and it's something that you really don't want to miss. My name is Thelma Obaza. You know how we do it. Our program is interactive. Get in touch with us. What is that special delicacy that you prepare from your side of town? How do you get it done? Who do you share it with? All this and more. Weekend deal. It's a weekend deal. It's the on-time deal. And today, more particularly so, because we're talking about us. Last week, it was about holiday culture and tourism. This time, we're bringing it closer to home, about something we're all familiar with. You eat every day, don't you? You prepare meals at home. What type of meals are you preparing? Perhaps if I use the word dessert, I know you're not thinking of going to the Sahara Desert. Or if I said appetizer, you're not thinking perfumes, are you? But if I said aroma, there'd be no confusion. You will know it's that thing, that unique smell or scent or whatever aroma is it that we perceive when we're preparing something we know we're going to enjoy with our family and friends. Francis sets the tone for our conversation with Rose Valley Uzoma. Antioxidants in our spice. You don't want to miss this.
Nigeria is one of the world's most culturally diverse countries. It has such a variety of people and culture that it is difficult to pick one national dish. Each area has its own regional favorite that depends on custom, tradition, and religion.
Outside of my region, I love masa. I love masa. I think it was sister that made me to get, my sister loves masa a lot, and she has a way of blending in masa and suya. So she made me learn masa and tuwo shinkafa, and okra soup. The diseases our forefathers never had is what we are celebrating today. Like you hear World Kidney Day, World Diabetes Day. These things are disorders that are emanating from our diet.
Nigerian cuisines, like those of other West African countries, such as Ghana and the Benin Republic, contain spices and herbs, alongside palm or groundnut oil, to produce rich flavor and soups with enticing aroma.
Why it seems as if we are looking at our local foods as being either spicy or peppery is because of the way we grow them. Remember that our local ingredients have their different aromatic properties in them. I give an instance, the alligator pepper. The alligator pepper, if grated fine. It's similar to the normal pepper we know. But the difference is that the Westerners, make it in such a way that these local foods, they come to process them. And when they process them, they add artificial flavors to them. So hiding those natural things that gives them those first-hand spicy and peppery food. So if our foods are spiced, that is because the function of spices is to give the aromatic vegetable blend. It's a natural flavor added to a food. Yeah, we have garlic, we have cloves, we have turmeric, we have the local ones in our hands like Oda, like I said, grains of Salem, we have the alligator pepper, even our onion balls are also good at this end. The truth is that our spices, contain antioxidants. Antioxidants in the sense that they help to fight and protect the body's immune system.
Nigerian food culture differs as you move from one ethnic group to another. Here are some of the soups consumed in the country's various regions.
We have oha soup. I'll start with my people. Forgive me. We have the vegetable soup. We have the egusi soup. We have the ogbono soup. We have miya kuka. We have a wedu. We have begiri. We have fisherman's soup. We have a dikainko, a foriru. The beautiful thing about these soups is that there is always a way of using this soup to identify regions. Now, if you see a fisherman's soup, that they're going to a riverine area, and you see the way they prepare them. Now, what increases the nutrient content of these soups are the things that are being added to the soup. For each food material added, it has its nutritional property. Like a fish, our seafoods that we get from there are high source of sodium. Of course, we know. Now we add our crayfish, our shrimps, our periwinkles. These are the things. Added mushrooms, added to these foods to increase the nutritional composition of the foods and make them healthy for our consumption. These are unifying foods. It all depends on how you try to spice up this food and create it in your own style, different regions, and how your local foods can be garnered. Ingredients that makes those food different. My own best soup. Will you provide it for me? Okay, my own best soup is oha soup. I love that soup because as it is, this way an Imo State man will prepare oha soup is not the same way an Anambra man will prepare it. So that's one beautiful thing again about Nigeria.
Oh yeah,
One of the most iconic foods in Nigeria, eaten in every part of the country, is the jollof rice. You may wonder why it is so highly rated, and it will shock you to know that it is simply rice prepared with tomatoes, onions and pepper.
The Nigerian jollof rice, the beautiful difference is our fish added to it, the mangala fish, which is the smoked fish. Shrimps added to it. These are local ingredients, like I said. Then some people go looking for, going to the villages looking for some little spices to add to it. Some add cloves, some add turmeric to, that's one is a coloring agent as well that also helps improve natural flavor of our food. Some add palm oil. In fact, some people don't even use the groundnut oil, the vegetable oil. They use palm oil to give it the local taste and the local scent. Fragrance coming from there, name it. So, and by the time you prepare it, you can, you don't perceive all the artificial, you're perceiving something natural. And like my auntie, you eat it with your hands.
It is a well-known fact that people always give up food when fasting, both Christians and Muslims. Why is food an important thing to give up during fasting? Our focus on Weekend Deal today will be on food culture across Nigeria.
What was so infectious? The way she was laughing when she was talking about the Nigerian cuisine. Then when she said oha soup, You know, the hand that prepares the meal matters. The way the Imo woman will do it is not the way the Anambra woman will do it. But what is important is that you begin to learn that homegrown is unique, not just because it's ours, but there are health benefits inherent in eating our local delicacies. Guess where we're going to next? We're going to Benue State. It's the food basket, isn't it? We'll talk about the grass quarter. There's talk about antelope, alligator. They are not live for bushmeat. Then you sit down with palm wine. That's what Roy and his friends spent the last week doing. And guess what? We captured it because we know that is something you don't want to miss. Warojira, that's how it's said.
Benue State is known for the production of yams, groundnuts, and palm products. It is largely inhabited by the Tiv, Idoma, and Igede-speaking people with their distinct cultural ways. The Idoma people are known for their hospitality and social outlook to life. One of the common ingredients of their socio-cultural living is palm wine and bushmeat, especially in the dry season.
Palm wine and bushmeat are related to Idoma culture, as if you want to go and ask for hand in marriage of a lady, you take it along with you to go and present to the parents of the lady, or when somebody has attained a position of respect in the society. Bushmeat is an essential source of protein, and it also has vitamins and minerals in large quantities. You have the vitamin A and the vitamin C and B group of vitamins.
I start cooking my grass cutter. These are the ingredients I use. First and foremost, like we watched the other time, I'll soak them in the cold water with salt to wash it. I'll use my pepper, put my pepper inside, salt. This is the seasoning I use to cook the grass cutter with. This is curry leaf because I cook my grass cutter naturally in a native way.
The two are like numbers 5 and 6. This is because wherever you see palm wine on the menu, you are sure to see bushmeat, be it grass cutter, antelope, warthog or bush pig, or even alligator by the side.
For palm wine, it has a lot of antioxidants that aid to clear the system of free radicals that might result in diseases such as cancer. It also has vitamin A that's good for eye vision. It has the B group of vitamins that aid in the metabolism of energy in the body. It has vitamin C also. Sometimes when people develop diarrhea, they take small quantities of palm wine because of the pectin that's inside. It absorbs the water and reduces the diarrhea.
Life indeed is for the living. Bushmeat and palm wine, as they say, is a wonderful combination. So, whenever you find yourself in Benue State, do remember to give it a trial.
So interesting. He's invited us all to come over next week, and he's going to host us to this wonderful delicacy. They say over there, where you see the bushmeat, you can be sure that the palm wine keg is not very far away. Guess where we're touching down next in? We're going to Borno State. We're going to Maiduguri. Yes, they have faced odds, tribulations, but still they are resilient and they are standing tall, and they are preparing delicious meals for family and for everyone who comes by. The Kanuri people are there, and they say brie is the main food. Amasha is what they call the snacks. Then karu are the ingredients themselves. Is it okay to say kuzo mchia binchi? Let's join them.
It can be said that the demand for certain food and the meaning attached to specific food. The styles of preparation, serving, and eating practices are shaped by different cultures. Food is one of the components of culture. It reveals how a certain group of people express, create, maintain, and enforce their subculture, ethnicity, and individual identities. Borno, a multicultural state where ethnicity and culture blossoms among its indigenes and residents. Traditional food in the state varies from all flavors, colors, and texture from different culture. Kanuri, Bra, Margi, Shua Arabs, Kibaku, Fulani, Mandara, Guduf, among others, showcasing the rich cultural foods of some ethnic groups in Borno State.
Kanuri food can be maybe categorized into three. That is the main bri, which is food itself, then the nasha, which is snacks, and then the kalu, which is the ingredient meant to be used while eating the food. All our food can be found around whole protein, and then the full grains, and then the leaves and flowers from the vegetables and trees that grow around us, where we in fact process them and make them into the ngaji, the coarse like couscous like variety, or we cook it watery and then make it in a mold form, maybe use them as flowers to make different types of food. So you see, all these food are very, very special and then are peculiar to the Kanuri culture.
People of Borno State never settle with one meal.
Margi, especially, we have different variety of food, but the best traditional food for Margi, as you know, people say Margi special. We prefer to prepare Margi special for our visitors. When you buy fresh fish, you wash it very well. You wash it with potassium.
Chapter, that is the leaf of beans, the dry one. We do it with beans. Then we wash it, put it on fire. Tuwon masara, that is usually we eat that food, that soup with.
A good combination of traditional food have nutritional and medicinal value.
We have the merdam or bulumkulu made out of the millet, and then we have the sabban, which is a very specially produced with yogurt, fresh milk, and others, and rice. And then we have the bulum lam made out of wheat and then wheat flour. So you see, in fact, even if you look at them nutritionally, medicinally, the Kanuri have a culture of balancing everything.
Indigenous food are very much part of the Nigerian culture and history.
Unless we, the older ones, still keep this culture in us and then now continue to encourage and teach our younger ones, I think these things, such things as I describe even now, will become extinct.
Take your cultural pride by eating your traditional food.
Isn't that exciting? I know that You don't have to be in Maiduguri or in Borno State to enjoy their delicacy. That's why Nigeria is cultural rich and tradition proud. Anywhere you are in this country, you can prepare any meal from any part of this country. Whether in Abuja, you can eat what you just viewed on Weekend. Let's meet our guest, Julie Ju. Although she's from China, she was born there, she's with us here. And she's here on our program because she loves our cuisine. Hello, nice to meet you, Julie.
Good morning. Hello, nice meeting you. And thank you for having me on the program.
Fantastic. Yeah. And it's because you love our delicacies that we have you here. So you tell Nigerians that special meal you love. But that'll be in a minute. Let's welcome Jane Ayawu. Jane Ayawu is an old friend, though. Jane is, I've known her for over a decade. Jane is the chief dietitian at the Ministry of Defense Air Force Hospital in Abuja. We've been talking dietary issues for years.
Yes.
Great to see you again.
It's a pleasure. Good morning.
And what a wonderful platform to meet again.
Yes, of course.
Food. You know, earlier, Jane, we heard someone talk about how our grandparents, great-grandparents, they hardly had any ailments.
Yes.
And these days, you know, she says almost in everyone above 40, there's one underlying ailment. And perhaps if we ate more of our local cuisine, we could have prevented this.
Yes.
Any truth to that?
Yes, there is of course a lot of truth to that, because our parents then, they were eating the food naturally. It comes even from the farm, then to the home. Most of the artificial things are not added to it, and because they are locally made, the nutrients are intact. And by the time they eat it, the body can easily utilize it to give us the exact thing we need to maintain our life. And secondly, also, because of the physical activity, they do a lot of that within their time. But these days, we are more or less farm to the yes.
I know you're not asking us to go to the farm.
No, we are not doing that.
But you expatiate on that.
Yes, definitely.
You expatiate on that.
Yes.
Because we work, provide, feed ourselves, but there's still a way we can link our modern day life with great health.
Yes.
It is possible.
Yes, it is, of course.
Great.
Yeah, thank
Julie,
yes.
so great to see you. 12 years in Nigeria.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
I know you didn't come with a bag load of Chinese meals. And even though you are able to make and eat some of your meals here, you have spent most of those 12 years eating our local cuisine.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
What did you eat yesterday? Okay. Which of our meals did you enjoy just yesterday?
I had pounded yam.
Huh?
Again.
Wow.
Because that's my favorite food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you put it in? After you go to the gym? Or you take just one muscle?
You see, there is a trick. I do intermittent fasting. Okay. You know, we just finished this Muslim fasting Ramadan.
Yes.
And it's a very good, very healthy practice.
Wow.
Yeah, because when you fast, you detox your body and it boosts your immune system. There are a lot of health benefits. So for me, I do intermittent fasting. So I eat to my heart's desire, and then I do not eat for like 20 hours. And that every day.
Really?
Yes.
And of course, the taste buds are so awakened.
Yes.
When you eat the next meal, it's deliciousness.
Yes.
But can you prepare any Nigerian meal?
That one I have to say, I
that's
cannot.
The one I will teach you. Now
yes,
that I know you,
yes.
we will teach you.
Yes.
And I know just the right person to teach you. But that will be later, after the show, not now, okay?
Sure,
We'll
thank
talk
you.
about, you say you like pounded yam.
Yeah.
What soup do you eat with pounded yam?
Okay, soup, egusi soup. I just love egusi soup. You know, good things come in pairs. So pounded yam with egusi soup. Nothing can beat this pair.
Who introduced you to this meal? You also eat some of your Chinese meals here? Or you've gone fully Nigerian?
Well, I do eat Chinese meals here as well. You know, Nigerian food, a spicy food. So, like for me, I grew up in Shandong province in China, and we eat garlic spicy. But it's a different kind of spicy compared to pepper. Pepper spicy is really hot. Yes. So sometimes my stomach cannot take it, right? But you know, Nigerian food has a magic to get you hooked
on it. Once in a while, you just have to have it.
You just have to
yes,
have it.
yes.
Wow, interesting.
That's true.
You know, this is novel.
Yeah.
This is novel.
It is.
And we can see how healthy Julie is looking. This pounded yam and egusi soup. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It's a good
Let's
one.
now go to how we can marry great health, even in modern times.
Yes.
We go to the office, we do school run, you're raising children, you are looking for easy, quick methods to feed your family for the most part. How can we then marry great health into this practice?
Yes, to marry great health into this practice can be quite taxing, but the point is that because health is involved, that you cannot compare whatever you are doing with ill health. So marrying it while going to the office, like I tell most of my friends, I said, look for markets, like food markets that are closer on your way, or while coming back from the office, you can branch in, pick up some of the foods you can get, especially vegetables and fruits, because you know in Nigeria actually we don't really have that culture of taking more of vegetables and fruits. Then make sure that is in part of the things you are going to buy for your groceries before you now buy other food group, because we have a lot of food group. Actually, we are blessed in this country with so many foods.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
It is when you
so
get them.
we have to be intentional
Yes.
about staying healthy.
Yes. Planning it.
Possible.
Yes.
It is possible. Do you also eat fruits? Have you been able to imbibe fruit taking and eating into your food habits?
Yes, yes. Fruit, just like our sister said, is very nutritious, particularly fresh fruit.
Yes.
And so we need to incorporate that into our daily
Which one
diet.
do you like? Today we have avocado here, but which one do you like? Which one do you
Avocado is good. Fantastic. I love that. I usually put olive oil, extra virgin olive oil in the middle, and a little sprinkle of salt, and it's really delicious.
Now you say it tastes nice. What are the health benefits of that? Olive oil on avocado and a little salt?
Yeah.
Will it make us look as gorgeous as Julie does?
Yes, of course it can, because avocado contains polysaturated fatty acids, which is needed in the body. It helps. It's not the bad fat. And it contains other vitamins and minerals inside it. Then the olive oil can now supply us with the vitamin added with the fats. That because the fat, why people always clamor for olive oil is because the fat content is very low. So in case you are getting fat sources from other foods, by taking olive oil you are not going to take excess fat. Your body can utilize it properly, and you now continue. Then the salt can give us iodine.
Fantastic.
That is it.
All in one half avocado.
Of course.
Wow. It's interesting. You know, Julie likes pounded yam and egusi. And lucky for her, she's been able, though she's not preparing her meals, she's enjoying it. But we do know there are benefits to being the maker of your food. Because that way you know the portions you are putting in, and you know how it will map out for you and your family. How can we now get Julie to be making her pounded yam and egusi?
Yeah. She can be taught how to make the pounded yam.
I'm waiting to learn.
No, actually there are yam pounders. The machine, the mechanized ones. You can have your yam pounder and put in, once you boil your yam, you put it into it and it pounds it for you.
I was just saying that, you know, pounded yam is not all yam are really the pounded yam.
Yes.
What made pounded yam, the king of the food, is because of the pounding.
Yes, it's the pounding.
There's also this amala.
Yes.
Yeah, so with yam flour.
Yes.
It's not like the pounded yam.
It's not like
it's
the pounded
bland,
yam.
and but pounded yam, that stickiness, that
so
texture.
You like it?
Oh yes.
You can differentiate the one that is pounded yam and the one and the piso.
Yes. So even the machine ones, I'm doubtful. You know, you have to put your hard work in order to enjoy the fruit.
I get
it. When you
because
say the fruit watered by your sweat is the best.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Maybe if you're interested, I will teach you how to.
Thank you.
Julie, yes, she needs to learn.
Yes, this is her favorite food.
Indeed, indeed. And we like you to take the beauty, the friendships are built around great cuisine from Nigeria to your people.
Oh, thank you. We have a Nigerian restaurant in Beijing. Ooh, yes, wow. And so a lady from Imo State, she's the chef. Wow. And they have big jars of different seasonings, and they brought from Nigeria.
So some of your friends and family who are there are already partaking of this spectacular Nigerian cuisine.
Yeah, because Nigerian food very rich. I would say use the word rich food. Indeed. Yeah, rich in color, rich in flavor, in taste, and rich also in content.
Wow.
Yes.
So we couldn't have said it better.
That's
rich
true.
in content, rich in color, rich in color. And in fact, it's a win-win. Rich. That's the R3. Great. And is that R3 on our minds as we touch base in Enugu, where a lady that runs a restaurant says, since 1978, the recipe for making local dishes have not changed, because anyone she employs, she teaches them her spectacular and unbeatable recipe. Let's go join Jane in Enugu.
For ages, humans have developed different methods of preparing food. As recipes are passed down from one generation to next, the taste, aroma, and sights of our cuisines connect us with our ancestral heritage. In Southeast Nigeria, meals are eaten not only for their nutritional values, but also for their medicinal and socio-cultural significance. Enugu, the hub of the Igbo people, is synonymous with eateries and restaurants that offer solely unique local delicacies. Newberry's Park, for example, prides herself as a place for enjoying native dishes like nkwobi, isiewu, ugba, achicha, and the likes. Here, some foods are even served in special wooden plates or bowls.
In terms of preparing nkwobi, we get cow head, then we cut it the way we want it. We cook it, then you now bring it again, soak it inside cold water, then wash it thoroughly to avoid sand or any other thing. The cow brain itself, that is what we also use to make the water get thick and the taste will also come out. Then after doing that, you add ukpaka, then you put vegetable, which is otazi. Then you slice onion and put it on top. Your nkwobi is ready.
I found nkwobi one of the interesting meal, like a starter that I can enjoy at any time.
Today's my birthday, right? So my parents brought me here so I can have abacha, because the abacha is so sweet. I like it.
Quite a highly nutritious food, mainly due to the things that are added to make it. Like when you come to abacha, a lot of things are added to it. You have the ukpaka, which is also known as the oil bean. You have the garden egg leaves. Even the garden egg fruits are also added to it. So all these things make, and then fish sometimes to added to it. So all these things make it a very highly nutritious food.
Some people also believe that a meal is not complete until it is accompanied with palm wine. This places a typical blend of food and culture. While guests eat, they are entertained with cultural musical performances as well.
There's a lot of fast food everywhere, and I feel that keying into our local cuisine, our local drinks will give us edge, and that's exactly what is happening.
When it comes to native soups like okazi, ora, onubu, egusi, and obono, one popular place in Enugu City is the main restaurant. They sell only varieties of soups with different swallows of choice. Also, they pride themselves as the native pot that cooks with only local spices, condiments, and vegetables. Over the years, Mrs. Christy Nkiruka Odedibe has used her culinary skills to sustain her business. She explains how she got her recipe for her acclaimed savory soups and how she plans to pass it on.
We started this business 1978. About Okazi soup is divine direction from God. He is the one that showed me how to cook it from the dream. You cannot see where they cook this Okazi soup like this. I'm the one that teaching them how to cook it. That's why people, when they come, they will get the same taste. It will never change.
Since our local foods are very nutritious and healthy, it is pertinent that we go back to the roots and also be proud to showcase our cuisines and by extension our culture to the world.
The visual representation, great food is often accompanied with great music. They say that it makes the food digest very well. Somebody sends us a message, but you didn't tell us where you're reaching us from. She says, or the message says, "Good morning, weekend." This Oyibo lady, she's giving me joy with the way she's talking about how she enjoys our pounded yam and a goosey. So you are giving Nigerians out there joy.
Oh, thank you.
Indeed. You know, there's a way that you can make our food sometimes. Can you over ingredient? Can you put too much of the good things such that you now begin to negate the very essence of the health benefits in our meals?
Yes, it's very possible to do that because there is tendency to put, that's why in some families there's tendency to put more of a particular ingredient in the food and it makes it go bad. You hear some of our fathers or men that will always complain, your food is always salty, your food is always peppery. It is when such things happen. Then for some other, like the weed from the eastern part of the country that uses okpei to prepare our meals, some of the soups.
Okpei is a spice?
Is a spice. So it flavors the meal, especially like the ofowere that was mentioned earlier, or even the bitter leaf soup. When you should know the actual, as a woman, your skills should be to know the actual quantity to add in a particular quantity you're going to get from the food, because the excess of it can also cause problems for you. It can make you throw up sometimes if it is in excess.
Chicken is good. I love chicken, but still my favorite is the catfish.
It's catfish.
Yeah, and also cow legs.
Cow legs. You are going to open up your kitchen, Julie. Because something magical is going to be happening there. Can you imagine when you have a recipe, you are able to prepare these meals at home? You know, the soups, Nigerian soups, in fact, they are renowned internationally.
Of course.
We just heard about the okazi.
Okazi.
We have oha. There's a goosey.
Yes.
There's a four. Please name some more.
There is fisherman's soup.
Yes. When you're going to Niger Delta.
Yes. There is afang. There is a dikaikong. There is okra soup. There is ora soup. There is atama. There is one that we call atama soup. It's still the Niger South. Then we also have the one we call ntroba. My dad calls that one. Is similar to the oha soup. When you now go to the north, you can have your miyan kuka, miyan tuase, and then the dried okra soup. So there are varieties of soups in the ogbono. There is ogbono. In the southwest, you get the eforiro, then the wegiri soup, and
that one is renowned.
Yes, it is. And
there's starch and banga as well.
Starch and banga.
Have you ever had starch? Do you know starch?
It's a swallow.
It's yellowish.
A dough.
Yes, it drags. When you dip your hand in like this, you pull.
Okay. And now cut.
You do like this. You see the hand, then you now put it in the banga soup. You
There's
haven't had that yet?
Swallow?
Yes, a swallow.
Yeah.
It seems swallows are your favorite. That's the first meal you called swallow.
Yes.
That's why we've been going around the swallow delicacies.
Yes.
But if you're not eating swallow, if you're not eating pounded yam or jollof rice, what interests you in our cuisine in Nigeria?
You know, I like pounded yam and other things. You know, I'm very simple person, so sometimes when I like something, I stick to it.
Interesting. Wow.
So all these years, even though I've tried a wide variety of foods and they're all good, but still I love this pounded yam. Nothing can change that. You know, I've tasted gari, and also the fried plantain and all that. So yes, so I think semovita. Yeah, another thing. I'm from Shandong province. We are the largest wheat producer in China. Okay. So semovita is from wheat flour, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's a friendly face. Semovita is a friendly face.
So you wanted something
that comes
different.
From something you're familiar with.
Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
Interesting.
The difference is that in China we eat leavened dough. You put yeast and then the dough rises. Yeah, so when we cook it, it's like a bun. Even though sometimes it's also quite tight, but it's like spongy kind of as a staple food. Nigerians swallows are really dense. It's not leavened, right?
Yeah.
It's like poured in hot water and kind of like you cook it that way.
The ingredients are concentrated.
Yeah, that's a different difference.
Okay.
Between.
But still, we're able to hold your attention. You know that the food that people prepare across board is a true testament of who we are.
Yes.
Imagine earlier talking about that she prefers the pounded yam that is
pounded.
That energy that goes into it brings about a bounce. I know there's a bounce and a roll that sometimes is not evident in the poundo yam.
Yes.
Let's talk about embedding health and our heritage, bringing them together. You know that she eats pounded yam, so how she does her own, that she suffers a little, 20 hours, and then enjoys. Many times, health advocates and medical professionals have told us about eating too much of swallow, that it has a negative impact. When we come back, we'll focus on that. I'm being told that it's time to go on our second break on Weekend Deal. Our break beckons. Don't go away. Watching Weekend Deal, the Nigerian Television Authority. It's our food cultures, it's our history, it's our tradition, it's our norms, it's who we are. And it's great to know that when our foreign friends come into town, they partake of the awesome cuisine that is totally ours. Let's take a few of your messages. Andy from Zamfara says, I'm enjoying Weekend Deal, absolutely. He said, my fondest regards to Julie. Julie is a Chinese Nigerian. Say hello to her for me. Okay. Again, hello, Weekend Deal. I like Julie. As she's listing Nigerian delicacies, I feel hungry. Imagine her talking about the cow leg pepper soup. That is absolutely amazing. But let us know who you are. Akinola Ololade, you are mischievous. This is one of our regular contributors from Kwara State. He says, Thelma, you look like Julie, or Julie looks like Thelma. He said, but you both look good anyway. Ololade, there's some mischief there. And we're talking about maybe because we enjoy things that are alike. Right. We like the vibrance of Nigeria cuisine. You didn't say I look like Jane. Okay. Unduka from Lagos says, tell Julie I'll be sending her a bowl full of egusi soup. Okay, we'll get the producer to link up with Unduka so that we can give Julie some to put in her freezer. Julie, I'm sure you have a microwave.
Yes, yes, I do.
When that pot of soup comes, egusi soup, you just put it into your microwave. You preserve it in the freezer, and then you take out scoops into your bowl. You put it in your microwave, and you smile all the way.
Exactly. That's what I do, actually. Yeah, when I do take out from the restaurant, I put it in the freezer, so that I can enjoy it every time I want.
Julie has learned all
the tricks.
That's a great one. Omeye Sunday from Nsuka says, our local delicacies are the best. They're natural. They're also very healthy. He said, but we are seriously eroding these healthy habits. We need to go back to our roots. Omeye Sunday, which is also from Onsuka, also a regular contributor to Weekend Deal. Oyibo Madam, I love you. You have become even more Nigerian than some Nigerians. But you didn't tell us who you are. Let us know who you are and where you are reaching us from, so Julie can smile all the more as she looks forward to her next awesome meal.
Yeah.
Good morning, Weekend Deal, says Abdul Kabir from Niger State. He said, I love Julie. He said, but we need to teach her how to make egusi soup. I'm so proud of her. Wow. What an informative edition on food, says Asabe from Kano. She said, thank you. And this is the most awesome time to treat this after we Muslims have rounded up our fasting. Okay, I'll take 2 more and then we'll go to our next feature. Anthony Galadima from Maiduguri says, I was particularly happy when you talked about Maiduguri and our cuisine. I love Weekend Deal. Please say hello to Julie and to Jay. So Anthony Galadima is saying hello to you both.
Hello.
And he likes your participation on the show today. Okay, I'll just take one more. And then he said, yes, you're very correct. Saint Julie, the way the pounded yam that is brought from the mortar is different from the poundo yam. That's the one that's half made before it is so. Julie. Julie.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank my Nigerian sisters and brothers. And you know, Nigerian people have been good to me. That's why I love this country. And I feel at home here. And I really appreciate for you people. I'm honored to taking me as your daughter, as your sister.
That's
and
good.
My
I'm
hello.
really honored to have you too.
Thank you.
Great. Julie, great to have you, and we are so happy you are enjoying Nigeria.
Yes.
There's yet more. You enjoy more. Just wait. Julie tells us that she eats once a day and that she gives 18 to 20 hours in between. It's amazing, but I know that doctors and other health advocates have said it's a healthy practice. But where I'm going now is when you're having your pounded yam and that special egusi soup, or when you're having your catfish or chicken pepper soup, is there something you like to sip along, or is it just water for you?
So when I eat food, I usually drink zobo.
That's good.
Zobo. Yeah, because
come home.
Yes, because it's natural. It has many medicinal benefits.
Yes,
so even though the taste is not so tangy, but when you drink it, you think about the good health you're drinking. Yes, I really you enjoy it. And besides that, I also drink a concoction I made by myself. Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
I do lemon juice I do two lemon juice and then put apple cider vinegar with mother.
Okay.
And you shake it well and you add 2 spoons.
Sour.
Yeah, and then raw honey. So all this, and then you add some water to kind of dilute it.
Room temperature water?
Room temperature water. And then this drink is help you digestion, and also there are so many health benefits. It clears your artery. You know, the plaque you usually build up within your arteries. That's what gives you high blood pressure and things. So when you drink that, I usually drink that, you know, in the morning. Throughout the day, I take 3 glasses of this. So day in, day out, when you do this, and it keeps your arteries clean and smooth. So
Julie is bubbling all the way.
Thank you.
Yes, it's like Julie is a health aficionado, health advocate, a nurse in training, and also a lover of Nigerian cuisine. I love the way you love our meals, and you love your great health as well. And you put nice practices and junctures to ensure that you don't lose out on the goodness that is available. Jane, tell us about the way we can eat wide, eat natural, and also don't get stingy on health practices. Also imbibe health practices in it, because oftentimes we've heard about swallow, pounded yam, and health advocates have said that this swallow, sometimes even wheat, semo, that it can have an adverse effect on us in the long term. So how does it work?
Yes, actually, that saying came up because, you know, because of the prevalence of the chronic diseases we have now in our society. So if you eat so much of the swallow, there could be a problem. Let me give an instance. The pounded yam, you were talking about it. If you cut 2 slices of yam and boil it, someone like you who doesn't eat so much might not be able to finish the 2 slices of yam. But if you now decide to pound that same 2 slices of yam, it's going to give you a smaller quantity. It might not be enough for you any longer. So because of this kind of illustration, we believe that swallows are dense with carbohydrates, and most of our foods are carbohydrate based in this country. So eating the swallow most of the time will make the carbohydrate content that you take in to be more than, it will make you to be overeating. Do you understand? So that's why we now encourage people and tell them, please, if you're a lover of swallow, it is best taken for lunch. At a time whereby after the physical activities, after taking the lunch, you can also exert that energy. Some of the energy that the starchy food is going to give you must have gone. That's why we are encouraging people to eat fewer of it, because if you are trying to lose weight, or maybe people who are diabetic, because the concentration is on the carbohydrate content of those foods. If you know you like swallows, you have to start cutting down on them. But somebody like Julie,
for breakfast, can we?
No, it's heavy, because I think you can remember the term that says breakfast like a king. Your breakfast should not be heavy, but it should be variety. No, the king. Yes, it is actually. It's actually the king, but the king breakfast means that there should be varieties, because the king is exposed to different varieties of food. There should be varieties for breakfast, because breakfast is the best meal of the day. But then you can now dine, you can now lunch like the prince. The prince eats so much, he has so much energy to exert,
like
and a popper. Yeah. That is it.
But Julie's way, is it healthy? 20 hours without food.
Without food.
It's something we can imbibe. So she takes lemon. She mixes lemon, raw honey, apple cider in room temperature water, and takes it. Says, you know,
it cleans.
Is this something we should imbibe?
Yes, that particular practice is good, because it cleans you up, and it also helps your guts to push your bowels. Once you do it most of the time in the morning, you see that you push your bowels and your GIT is free, which is good. But I am worried that Julie doesn't eat only once in a day, because it means you'll be missing your breakfast. Intermittent fasting is good, but why it is called intermittent is once in a while. It's not a daily practice. It's not something you do often. It's once in a while you practice that, so that your body can readjust. The antioxidants can come out and start doing their work.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for like 4 months. And my weight has not dropped. So that means I'm not starving myself, and
so
my
you've never
energy
been a
level.
Big person, really?
No. Since 16, my weight has been the same.
And you know, the genes also have something to do.
Yeah, I work out sometimes. You know, is this thing is a day in, day out. If you can do it gradually, so that prevent disease, as opposed to go when you're not feeling well, you have to go for treatment and things. So these
have you been ill in the last 4 years?
I have not. Let me put it this way. I've been in Nigeria for 12 years. I have never had malaria because my immune system is so strong. I have not had a cold for like 18 years.
Hello, Chinese Nigerian.
Yes, aka
Chinese Nigerian. No one of us. I'm taking you. We have adopted you. You are with us.
Yes,
we are taking you forever. Chidima told, I said, Chidima, Julie told us that when I said we went to adopt her, she said she actually likes the name Chidima. So formally, with Jane's permission and Julie's permission, we welcome you to our home, Nigeria. Thank you one of us. And we call you Julie Ju, aka Chidima.
Yeah.
You saw that white lady when she first started eating Nigerian cuisine. She used a cutlery.
Yeah.
Later, she sat on the floor, and within a year, we had her throwing balls. So, Julie, maybe when next we see you, be throwing the balls.
Yes.
It's been great having you on Weekend. Your
It's a
final
pleasure.
words, Jane.
Yes, my
health benefits, Nigerian cuisine, you know, our vibrant food, our spices, health benefits. Let's wrap it all up.
Yes, my final word, it is good that we'll go back to the roots, because our spices, our foods are rich in nutrients. They are nutritious, which is going to help maintain life and growth. And we should also find a way to see if there are some of the spices that are not being known any longer, if we can encourage the farmers who are producing them, because maybe it's because the resources are not there or they can't get it. That's why some younger ones don't know about them and cannot actually reach it. The government can come in there to make sure that more people are employed in the agricultural sector, to make sure that those things come out.
Those are grandmother's spices come back to the fore.
Yes.
Julie, what are your final words? You've already thanked Nigerians. We've already adopted you.
Yes.
You're not a Nigerian, Chinese or Chinese Nigerian, but still wrap up our conversation. What are your final words as we say goodbye?
My final words was that even though the Nigerian food is good, we can never have enough, but from the health point of view, we need to moderate. We need to also cut down on carbohydrate intake.
Perhaps on the quantity.
Yes, because I have friends, they usually have health challenges, high blood pressure, diabetes, and things. So all these things do not happen overnight. It's because of day in, day out, year after year, you have a certain diet. So we should be more health conscious. And then so that we can enjoy our good food for more years.
For a very long time.
Yes,
Thank you, Julie, Jude, Chidima.
Yes.
It's been great having you. And Jane Ayawu.
Thank you very much.
It's been great having you, dietitian,
Thank
Chief
you.
Dietitian, Ministry of Defense, Air Force Hospital, Abuja. Weekend Do goes on a break. Don't go away. It's been great having you on our program Weekend Deal, where we'll be highlighting and celebrating our interesting, vibrant, healthy cuisine and food cultures across Nigeria. It was great to showcase for you the food basket of the nation, Benue State. It was a pleasure to touch down with you in Maiduguri, to go to Enugu, in fact, to travel around Nigeria and share our delicacies with you. Julie also told us what she enjoys. We had Jane talking about the health benefits, and that's where we marry two great things: a vibrant, healthy food culture. That is, eat well, enjoy the cuisine, make your own meals, but remember that you are not living to eat. You are eating to live. So eat those wonderful meals in moderation and make sure you don't forget the spices. It'll be great to see you again tomorrow on Weekend Deal. We have the part 2, richer and more vibrant food cultures across Nigeria. From all of us here, it's bye-bye. God bless Nigeria.